I want you to be able to go to my video at your highest point and go, he's stretching me for more. I heard a dude say something deep. He in 3 states where he's up, you know, to do some serious time. He didn't say what he was doing, but sound like trafficking to me.
Right.
And he said, I refused when I was doing dirt. I refused to listen to ET. And I was like, why would you do that? In the conference, my man paid money to be there. He said, because I didn't want to be challenged by you. I didn't want you to tell me stop doing this and stop doing that. So he's like, I couldn't even listen to you because I already knew what it would do. So I want you high at your game to go, it's more game. I want the person, bruh, that just thinking about committing suicide to go after listening to me. Bruh, he just told me I got life, and I need that person who's complacent to get up. So what drives me is everybody that follows me and uses me. So that why is another thing that just wake me up every day and have me like, let's go.
How you identify that though?
My why?
How do people right now, like man, I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I don't love what I'm doing. Like, I don't know my purpose here.
Here's what I tell people.
It has to work or it has to work.
All right, welcome to Circle of Greatness. Today episode is about to be straight fire, y'all. I got on one of my mentors, somebody who's impacted my life pretty much more than anybody, right? And I asked him, he said, man, he's doing me a favor by coming on this podcast, y'all. I said, hey, can you come on here and just drop some gems and I just really want people to understand how you really impacted my life and so many millions of people around the world, but how you directly impacted my life. So without further ado, y'all, I want to introduce you to my mentor, the GOAT, greatest speaker in the world, ET. What up, my brother?
Hey, you doing me a favor.
Stop,
You doing me a favor by having me on the show, keeping me relevant in these streets. So I see what you're doing. I know what y'all doing. You know, it was funny when we was driving over here. First of all, people got to know nothing has changed in that maybe the vehicle is different, but the vehicle is the same. Yep. You know what I'm saying? He was picking me up then, you know, he picking me up now, you know, and so it was weird for me though, because I was just like, wow, how many people come in your presence and then how many people actually take the information and rise to the top versus people that just be around and never really get it, because for me, it's like, I don't know who gonna blow up and who not gonna blow up. Like kind of in your brain, you'll be like, oh, I think this person got it. Or I think this person got it. But at the end of the day, you don't really know because it's not the tangibles that really make people successful anyway. So congratulations to you, bro.
I appreciate it.
Man, bro, like I got to really see the journey,
right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, even this year, or last year, you know, for Christmas, I bought Didi that black badge, you know, because I saw you guys and I see y'all doing it, and it's like, yo, I come from a generation where my people were like born in the 50s, you know what I'm saying? And they like, yo, you don't, you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, y'all showing me that, hey, work hard, but also enjoy some of, you can't get a church everything, you can't get a kids everything, you can't give the world everything and not enjoy none. So I appreciate seeing y'all enjoying life to the max. To the max.
Hey, listen, we got, because you only get one.
You right. You
don't get a redo at this thing.
You don't.
So I'm just happy you did that for you. A little small gift, you know what I'm saying?
A big gift.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Big gift.
Yeah. I'm talking for me.
Right. So I'm just grateful that you came on. A lot of people be like, yo, what did E teach you? And I'm like, man, he taught me a lot, but what a lot of people don't understand, I learned from watching you. It's not only what you told me, but how to treat your wife, how to communicate with your team. Like all of those things I'm working on becoming better with, of course, but I've watched all of those things, but the biggest thing is servanthood. Like you still serve people. Like I'm talking about, I used to just watch, people didn't know who you are. You opening doors, just doing all type of stuff that people don't understand. How important is service? Service.
Man, let me tell you something. I think service is important because it demonstrates to the world and to people individually that, like, yo, I'm not just about me. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, let's not get it twisted. Like mutualism, Like people don't do stuff just to be doing. Because my wife today was like, yeah, well, you know, I clean the church. I do this. I said, yeah, but you clean our church.
Right.
Like you're not going up the street cleaning my man's church that you don't know.
Right.
You cleaning our church because it's mutual. Like this is the place that you come to get your spiritual. This is the place you come to get your sense of purpose. So people have to understand, we're not talking about serving, you know, and you being abused. You know, we're talking about serving because you value, you know, the people that God has put in your life, and you need them to see you value them. And how do they see that? They see it because you willing to pick them up. You willing to sweep the floor. You willing to mop the floor. I was talking to somebody today, and I was like, yo, I'm going to be real with you. I was like, the reason why you struggling, because you dope. I told him, you dope. But the reason why you not where you want to be, and you see other people in our circle that's deeper than you, is because you're a respecter of person. So you'll treat me a certain way, but you treat other people differently.
Right.
And people notice that. You feel me? And when they notice, oh, I ain't getting the ET treatment, then they feel some type of way. So there are restaurants, and I'm not gonna dog them out, but there are restaurants that I don't frequent because I go, sometimes they good, sometimes they not good. Right. But the restaurants I frequent is I get the same exact. So every for time. Me, service is showing you I value you as much as you value me, or I want you to value me. I'm showing you, like not talking, but I'm showing you by figuring out what you need and making sure I give you what you need.
Yeah, that's powerful. And it's funny you said, like a lot of people don't know the story. So we went to Phoenix. She was at a speaking gig in Phoenix. I think his name's Sean, maybe. I don't remember. Sean something. But we went to Phoenix, me and Jasmine Austin. And she went up to you like, hey, I got a camera. If you ever need somebody, you said, get started right now.
Yes.
And to anybody listening, like, if you do that thing, bring what you do. What like, you say you're a cameraman, have your camera. If you say you're an author, have your book. So many people miss out. I'm like, yo, I got a clothing brand. Oh, let me get something right now. I got to ship it to you. Yeah. You missed out on an opportunity for a picture, a drop.
Yeah, right there.
Right.
Yeah.
And she said, hey, I'll take photos. You said, get started. She went back to the room, got the camera, and we literally followed you around for about a year and a half, 2 years straight.
And she stopped on her, not on me. I'm like, yes, where you at?
Yeah. In a year and a half straight. And at some point, y'all started giving her checks and everything, and we still flying, we still driving, just show Detroit. Wherever, just showing up, serving, and I feel like a lot of people miss that. And then from that point, I was speaking to CJ like, yo, I want to book you for the Philly. Everybody say that, he said. I said, I ain't everybody. I'm gonna make it happen. And I went and made it happen. I'm so happy. That was my first conference. I charged $100 a ticket. I felt good. That was the most, because I was doing $10 events and free events.
No doubt.
And I was nervous sending you that money. I'm like, man, I never paid this type of money before. And y'all still looked out for me, of course. But I say all that to say, like, I served my way to success. Absolutely. I served my way. I was watching it. And I still do that. Still, like you said, you coming right now. What you need from me? Whatever. If I can do it, I'm here. Absolutely. Tell me what you need me to do. And I think a lot of people don't know how to put that aside. Like you supposed to be the man or the woman all the time. Like you got to learn when you need to.
Oh, when it's appropriate.
Yeah, when it's appropriate.
It's a time and season for everything. Yeah. There is a time for me to be the OG.
Yeah.
You know, there's a time for me to come in the room. You know, we had a session. It was me, Ink. Jeremy, you know, doing the little speakers boy. And, you know, somebody was like, yo, E, the day one, bro, you was kind of like on chill mode, Q&A kind of. I was like, yo, it's time for Jeremy to shine. Yeah. It's time for Inky to shine. I've been in the game before they was probably born. I was in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, I was Jeremy's high school teacher. And this is what people got to understand. Like these relationships go back, you know, but we don't always talk about it because it's like, it's not necessarily for the world to know, just to know. So there's a time and season for everything. So for me, there's a time to serve. For me, there's a time to go in and do what Jeremy or Inky can't do, not because they don't have the ability, but just experience in time. Yep. So it's like, yo, it's time for the OG to come in and do X, Y, and Z. So I want people to really, really understand that. I think a lot of people could be more successful if they understood, like, it's just not my time. It don't mean I'm inferior. It don't mean you better than me. It don't mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I think people compare and they get so caught up in other people's journeys. It's like I heard Jen say yesterday, you comparing your chapter 1 to my chapter 20.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you're going to lose all day if you own that.
Yep.
But if you want to compare your chapter 1 to my chapter 1, you might have been doper and further along the journey than I was in my chapter 1. Yep. So I think, man, timing is everything. I'm from Michigan, so I'm blessed to do all 4 seasons. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And we understand, like, some of y'all don't get it. We understand in Michigan the benefit of below 10.
Right.
Bruh, I promise you, we don't get none of that earthquake stuff. We don't get no hurricanes. We don't get none of that. Why? Because we got a winter. And that winter, there's certain great things that happen. Insects die, germs die. Like, believe it or not, there's a lot of benefits to cold weather.
Right.
You can't always have 80, 90 degrees. You feel me? Like, you can't always have, and if you really pay attention, LA, San Diego, like Southern Cal, you actually see the green in the winter in a way you don't see it in the summer. Wow. You understand what I'm saying? Because in the summer, it's scorching heat and it's burning everything up. But in the winter of LA, the winter of San Diego, it's like 60, 70, whatever. And it's a lot, like you can actually see the green. So yeah, bro, if you understand the appropriateness of time, you're going to be more successful than the average person because you're not rushing, you're not complaining, you're not quitting, you're not giving up. You're just taking advantage of that particular time frame.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, because you've been doing this 20, 30 years. Yeah. I mean, dominating. Yeah. How do a person get to that point? Like, I don't, like, that's, not many people have, you mastered it in marriage, relationships. I'm just how do you even master that in business? Because you talking about doing, you used to call it the triple double, like you doing it in every area. I'm like, man,
Bron, MJ, you know, Kobe.
Yeah. What is it a mindset? Is it a work? Of course, the work ethic.
Yeah, no question.
If you had to tell me, Neo, how do you last for another 20, 30 years and be, relevant? Yeah. Meaning still at the top of the game. Yeah. You could choose to do whatever you want now.
Yeah. I think you said, I think the first one is the mindset. And I know people know me for this, but this is my mantra. I don't care how many hundreds of thousands views it had. It is my mantra. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. So number one, I don't think any of us can accomplish what we don't desire. It's like if I'm looking at Neo going, Neo got that, so I want that. I'm never going to be as intense about it as you, because I ain't want it because I wanted it. Wow. I wanted it because you wanted it.
Wow.
Like, so I really want to be the Martin Luther King of this day, and not for the show or the whatever. I was with some of the fellas, you know, they came as y'all always do, come to the events. And I just told them, I was like, yo, I have a responsibility to y'all. Yeah. Like, this ain't about being seen. Like, bro, you know how many TV shows? Somebody hit me the other day like, E, we got an agency. We could put you on TV. I'm like, bro, I could have been on the TV. I got an offer to do a reality show with my family before my kids even went to college, bro. Like, I don't want that. Like, I don't want to be on show. I think it's phenomenal to be on all the talk shows, radio shows. That's phenomenal. I don't want that. I really want the responsibility, though. Yeah. Like, I really want to call Neo, hey, how you doing? You good? What's going on? I really want to hit Alex up. What's going on? I don't need it to be online. I don't need to record and show. Because, first of all, I don't come from this generation. Yeah. So a lot of people are like, why you don't be on it? Well, this is for this generation. That's y'all's. Yeah. Like, this is y'all time to shine. Like, y'all on camera. I come from a different era where we didn't have access to TV and access to whatever. So for me, it's number one, you really got to want it. Yep. And I really want to be successful in every area of my life. And more importantly, it's not success that drives me. What drives me the most is how many successful men and women built an empire, and because their character weren't right, they lost it all. I just don't want to lose none of the stuff that I ain't never wanted to be number one motivational speaker in the world. I did want to be the person that took more responsibility for a group of people than anybody else took. Right. I wanted that. Right. I wanted to speak in life into y'all. I wanted to do videos. Like, I wanted to meet y'all. I wanted to pour life. I wanted to open up you feel me? So number one, you got to want it. Number two, you have to be willing to do whatever it takes to be who you say you are. So when people say, why you get up at 3 o'clock in the morning? Why not? Like, why is that even deep? Like, why would you even think 3 o'clock is deep? Like, that's not deep. What's deep is I live in a country that I have the opportunity to do whatever it is I dream of doing. Because there are people who live in countries where I don't care if you got Neo's work ethic, your servanthood, your vision, bruh, the opportunities just don't exist. Yeah. So if you're in a third world country, you can't be dreaming. Yeah. They don't have that. But here, whatever it is you really want to do, if you wake up every day and do it, it's going to happen. And y'all all know my third reason is, my why. Which is not just Dee Dee and Jalen and Jada and my mom. It is the world, but whoever I'm supposed to shepherd, like whoever I'm responsible for, I want to make sure when you get up, bruh, if you on fire, I can give you some more fire. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want you to be feeling like, oh, I'm at the highest fire. No, I want you to be able to go to my video at your highest point and go, he's stretching me for more. I heard a dude say something deep. I think he in 3 states where he's up, to do some serious time. He didn't say what he was doing, but sound like trafficking to me. Right. And he said, I refuse when I was doing dirt. I refuse to listen to E.T. And I was like, why would you do that? In the conference, my man paid money to be there. He said, because I didn't want to be challenged by you. I didn't want you to tell me stop doing this and stop doing that. So he was like, I couldn't even listen to you because I already knew what it would do. So I want you high at your game to go, it's more game. I want the person, bruh, that just thinking about committing suicide to go after listening to me. Bruh, he just told me I got life and I need that person who's complacent to get up. So what drives me is everybody that follows me and uses me. So that why is another thing that just wake me up every day and have me like, let's go.
How you identify that though?
My why?
How do people right now, like I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I don't love what I'm doing. Like, I don't know my purpose here.
Here's what I tell people. If you don't know, it's because at some point in your life, you cut off the thing that moved you.
Wow.
I tell people all the time, bro. I ain't never watched Michael Jordan and go, I want to go get a basketball in my hand. I ain't never see Kobe Bryant hooping, and I was like, but bruh, when I saw Dr. Martin Luther King, and I have a dream that one day little black boys and little black girls, bruh, that did something to me. Right. But what happened was when I told people how I felt and they didn't respond in the way I was feeling, I tell people in the book, I played the violin, bruh. But I stopped playing the violin because the hood wasn't giving me no affirmation for playing the violin. So I put the violin down because my homies wasn't going. They weren't treating me the same way they treated the dude with the basketball, the football when I had the violin. But if I would have not cared what nobody thought about, so a lot of people don't know what they supposed to be because at the time when God showed them, when they got goosebumps from it, when they watch, bruh, I watched the scene on I can't say the scene, but I watched the scene the other day on this TV series. And when I saw it, bruh, I rewinded it a few times and I kept asking God, why did I rewind it? Yeah. He said, because it was something about that scene that moved you. It was something about the colors, the sounds. Bruh, I rewinded and look, I closed my eyes and just listened to it. Because it was something about the sound, the words that would come on. It was something about the sound that moved me. And so I believe that every human has watched something, been around a group of people, and they felt that thing in their gut. But then they went and told somebody who wasn't them. And they didn't feel it. I'm just being real. I remember when you was first doing your thing. I remember people in the city of Philly not necessarily feeling your thing.
Oh, for sure.
You feel me?
Still to this day.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I remember people not necessarily going, oh, my man gonna be what you are now. Yeah. And I remember people not necessarily feeling however you were doing it. Yeah. But what I knew was, now I didn't know where you gonna get to, but the one thing I knew about you when I was around you is, okay, he's paying attention to a certain group of people and what they're doing, and he's going back into his world, and he's mimicking what he's seeing them do because there was something about what they did that moved you. Of all the people, right? And there are a couple people specifically that I know, And I only knew it not because you was doing it, but I was around them or they were doing their thing and I saw what they were doing and then I would see what you was doing. I'm like, that's that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, he's studying him specifically and he's doing what how's that? And so what you didn't do is go.
Hey, you're looking at this and you're probably enjoying this episode and the strategies and the gems that I give you. This is just a fraction of what you learn in my mastermind, right? I would love for you to be able to learn more information on how he's able to help Carter Cofield make $1 million in one single day, how he's able to help Rochelle Parks make over $500,000 in a day, learn how he's able to help Tevin grow his Instagram following from 70,000 followers to upwards to 200,000 followers within 2 months. And again, those results are not typical, let me be very clear, but they are possible for those who are willing to put work in, energy, and effort. If you're looking at this video right now, I want you to go to the website MastermindWithNeo, NEO.com, so you can apply to see if you're a good fit for our mastermind. This is specifically for someone looking to grow their digital business, right? Even though, y'all probably even know David Shan, Sleepers for Suckers. He's inside of my mastermind. You probably know Sonya, the student loan doctor. He's inside of my mastermind. You probably know Darius Daniels. He's inside of my mastermind. Those are just a few more people who are absolutely crushing it as a result of being inside of the community. So listen, if you're looking at this, right, and you're probably looking at the episode like, man, you're dropping so much gems, but can you imagine how many gems you'll get when you're actually inside of the environment, when you're tapped into the community? What I want you guys to go to right now is MastermindWithNeo.com so you do not miss out on your opportunity to get tapped in. You will have to apply, you will have to get on the call, and hopefully you make the cut to be a part of what we got going on. I'll see you on the inside. Let's get back to the episode.
They are not comfortable with what I'm doing, so I'm going to stop doing it and do what they. So any human who's not doing what they like, it's because you were listening to what they were saying about what you were doing and you stopped doing what you love to do to either do what they, and most of y'all ain't even doing what you're doing to pay rent. You're doing what you're doing because the people that are closest to you, you need their love and their affirmation. So you're doing what you think they want you to do, or maybe what they want you to do. My mother despised when I was doing entrepreneurship. Because my mom worked at Ford for 30 years. Yeah. She understood stability to be working with a major company. Yeah. How my baby gonna get insurance? He got asthma. Yeah. My mom was like, not tripping. She was like, how? And so I'm saying, I believe that the Creator has put within each person an indicator of what they want to do and what they should do. Because when you see it, it gives you a fire. Yeah. You get pumped up. Wow. But you watching and listening and thinking about whatever, think about what you're doing, and you end up getting hoodwinked, bamboozled. You run amok, run astray because you're doing what they want you to do.
I never heard it like that. That explains it perfectly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Most people, and I really understand. You tell the people you love the most, you ready to go pursue something. They like, no, don't make. It's like telling your coworker, I'm ready to pursue entrepreneurship full time. It will never make sense to them ever. Mentally, it can't even register. Wow, that's powerful right there. Like if y'all listening to this, like I really need y'all to figure out what was that thing that was powerful for you, what that thing that gave you that fire. And it's like when we were younger, everybody I know who was younger, they had a different goal or a different aspirations than what they doing now.
Most unsuccessful people.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
I'm just saying most unsuccessful people are not doing what they wanted to do when they was kids.
Yeah.
But most successful people are doing some version of what. Now you was a kid, so of course you didn't know you had to do a podcast. Yeah. You didn't know you had to do conferences and events. But the thing that you're doing, if you were a kid and went, bro, I always told people when I was a kid I said preacher because Martin Luther King was a preacher. Mm-hmm. I said speaker because X was a speaker. Yeah. You feel me? But I always knew I wanted to be doing something with my mouth. So I went to school to teach. But that was because I wanted to be in the classroom like talking and nurturing and you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be no firefighter. Yep. I never was like I want to be a police officer. Yep. But my next door neighbor Mike, phenomenal doggone firefighter. Like not firefighter at the job, but like in the community he helping. You know what I'm saying? I got teachers and lawyers. I always saw Martin and them get on stage and do their thing. And I always was like, one of these days,
I'm gonna be that.
I'm gonna be that, and I'm gonna be that to the people that he was to the people.
Yeah, and it's funny. I don't think I knew really what I wanted to be. Like when I got fired from my 10th job, I keep saying 15th because I've been now full-time entrepreneur 15 years. But I just knew that it had to work or it had to work. I got this mindset, it must work or it must work. And then I became mentally unemployable. I knew I could not go back. So
Say that again. What's that term?
Mentally unemployable. Yeah, meaning I cut all ties. It ain't nothing wrong with working, but me after getting fired from 10 jobs, getting kicked out of college, I didn't have many options. So I said, I'm gonna make entrepreneurship work. So I didn't know which thing was going to take off, but I knew I wasn't going to stop until one did. So most people aren't committed enough or devoted, because soon as one bad thing happened, they're ready to retreat. They're ready to give up.
That's because they're not doing what they.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That's because you're not doing what's in your gut.
Yeah.
You can't stop what's in your gut.
Yeah.
I can't go, man, if I don't make no money speaking, bro, I can't tell you how many, things that I was doing to make money. Busboy at the Olive Garden, painting houses, working here in Atlanta, Mr. Floyd, working with him, selling used tires and painting the yellow on it, whatever, bro. But as I was painting, I was thinking about speaking. I was saying, when I was at the Olive Garden, I couldn't wait to get back on Oakwood College campus so I could speak. So I never got tired of the thing that was in my gut.
Right.
You're going to always get tired of doing something you don't really want to do. Yeah. Always. It's just life. You don't want to work somewhere. I was working at Michigan State. I loved everything about it but the paperwork. I didn't want to do no paperwork. That didn't charge me. And so most people are doing what does not charge them. Yep. For those of us who are doing what we love to do, it's charging us while we doing it. Yeah. Like, bruh, my wife, bruh, she got to stop me because she like, yo, we can't have no marriage because you love the camera, you love the mic, you love pouring to people. You do it all day, every day. You wouldn't stop. We had a conference 2 days, 9 to 5. I'm sitting there watching speakers getting pumped, listening to Inky. I'm like, yo, Ink, go this way. I can't wait till the next time. Jeremy said, Inky said that. Rodney said this. Tony said that. Jen said that. Natera said that. Like, as a speaker, it's charging me. It's getting me pumped. Yeah. I'm ready to go. So I'm not telling nobody quit their job. I don't want to get into it with you and your spouse and your family, but I will say this. Wait until you find something that agrees with you. You feel me? Wait till you start doing something that's not against you. Wait till you start doing something where it's just like MJ when he had the game, he was just hitting her. MJ was like, I don't know what's going on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Wait till you start doing something that you love and it loves you. You know what I'm saying? Wait till you start doing something that the universe God has already approved of for you. And you start doing that and you doing what you love and people love what you're doing and everything, man, when you get into that and not just making money, not just trying to pay your bills, man, when you get into that, money just be
comes easily, frequently, and abundantly.
Flow to you.
Yeah. You turning down money.
You turning down money. You know what I'm saying? And look, I got to say this. When you do what you just said, what was the term you said again about
mentally unemployable? You
become an ATM machine.
Yeah.
Once you get to that point and you realize what your gift is, you no longer need someone else to create money for you or opportunities for you or a stage for you. You get to the point where you create on your own. And I'm telling y'all look, go back and see how many podcasts I do. I don't be doing podcasts. Like I don't. I appreciate that. Like you can go back and look. I'm just saying you can go back and look. Like go do your homework on me. You can count maybe on 2 hands how many podcasts. And if you take away the ones that I did to promote the book, you probably talking about on 1 hand. You feel me? So I don't have to do it. So when I'm here, this is a relationship getting caught on tape. Yeah. This ain't a podcast. Yeah. This is just us allowing you to hear our journey together. He got his own, I got my own, but together we're showing you history and what has happened with us being in each other's presence. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. There was a time in my life, time and season for everything, where they were coming to me to figure out how they could get to whatever I was doing for them, the energy, whatever I was doing, I don't know what it was. Now it's a season where I'm getting to go on shows and I'm getting to hang out with them because I trust them, I love them, and I know the narrative we gonna tell on the show. Now I'm getting to do this, and it's building my influence. So I just want y'all to see when we say it's a time and season for everything, there was a time where I would have been on them asking, and now it's flipped, and they like whatever, and donating and picking me up and making sure I got meals and coming to all my stuff. So I'm just trying to tell y'all something. When you're in your you, when you're in your you, it just flows, and it's not tension and it's not stress, and you don't have to fight to eat and fight to whatever. It just flows naturally.
Let's talk about this UOU. What's the concept behind? Because you did a speech years ago around. I want to say around. I remember that speech. It was. Where were you at?
In Australia.
Well,
New Zealand. Actually,
were you with Glenn? Glenn or something?
Yep, I was with Glenn Twitter.
Yeah, I remember that. That UOU and just that. Those three words are powerful. UOU.
Yeah, bro.
I think you got to get to a point where you got to become fed up, or you just got to be like, it's on me. Like I really made up in my mind that it's on me to provide for my wife. It's on me to provide for my mom. Like it's on. Like I realized it's my job. Like I no longer. Before I used to be like, I do this, and now I realize that's what you're supposed to be doing. I don't brag about doing that no more because it ain't. That's your responsibility. Let's talk about that concept.
So here's what's crazy. When the book concept came to me, of course, CJ, genius. Like it's time for New York. It's time for a New York Times bestseller. And I'm like, all right, you talking like you just know we go get it because we wrote a book. He's like, no, that has to be the goal. Like to take your brand to the next level. In between this and the Nobel Prize, we got to do some stuff. So he was like, the book. So of course the publishing company, we going through our whole hookup, and it's like, you've done a lot. You can't teach them everything. What's the one thing? And I was like, man, if I look at everything that's happened to me to put me to this point, it was the acceptance that it's on you. You feel me? And so just to break down what you just said, as much as I respect you, as much as I want to see you grow and want to see you succeed, because your success is inevitably my success, I do not wake up thinking about you every day. As much as I love you and respect you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't naturally wake up and go, I wonder did Neo pay his rent this month? You feel me? And I'm not an evil, hateful person. And as much love and shepherding that I got in me, I still don't wake up and think about other people. I don't wake up I wonder what Jamal is doing. I love Maul. I don't. I literally wake up like, is Didi good? Is Jalen good? Is Jada good? Is my mom good? Like, that's how I wake up. I don't even wake up and go to that same level with my siblings as I do with my mom. I don't. I don't have aunties that I look at like I do with my mom and go, now my aunt called me for something, bro. I'm Johnny on the spot. But I don't wake up and naturally go, how is everybody in my life? But there are a few people I wake up every day. Why? Because those are the people that I'm responsible for. You feel me? Like those are the people that directly win when I win. Like a direct correlation. So for me, I just realized, you could teach people a whole bunch. But if they don't understand that don't nobody owe them nothing, if they don't understand that you got to understand you're an ATM machine, just meaning you got to stop thinking that everything that's going to come to you is external. No. Everything you need to be you, bruh, was already inside of you. Now, did you need to go to different environments or hear certain things to activate it to get it out? Do you need to turn the ignition or push the button and put your foot on the gas and hold that joker out for the engine to roar? I heard that joker today. She was moving, right? She wants to be activated, but you still had to turn, you still had to hit the gas. You still had to put that joker in whatever gear you wanted to put that joker in. Nobody gonna put that joker in gear for you. Nobody. It's your car. It's your responsibility. Why? Because you're going to get more blessings out of the use of it than anybody else. And that's how God designed it. So yeah, for me, it was, bro, you owe you. Like your passion, like you got to ignite that boy. Your why, you got to ignite it. And man, I'm so grateful you ignited yours. I'm so grateful I ignited mine. I'm so grateful Jers ignited hit, like we wouldn't
David,
be here.
David Shands,
You
y'all.
feel like,
Shout out to
my
Shands,
bad, my bad.
No,
Yeah.
for those that
That's
don't
his
know,
government
yeah,
name.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If Jers hadn't created this,
Yeah.
we wouldn't be in this.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? So, by the grace of God, man, this book is just like, yo, take
I bought 50 copies, y'all.
50,
listen, if y'all looking at this,
50.
Amazon, every platform in the
50.
world, y'all, UOU.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all go get
Y'all
one.
hear what he said?
And go ahead and share it in the comments below.
For no
as
reason.
soon as I got it.
He can't read 50 books.
Yeah, no, I had to.
Yeah.
I mean, the impact you have had on my life is profound. Just the game that I've learned, just watching is critical. Like I'm telling people, like a lot of people want to come work for me now and be like, yo, I'm trying to come get mentorship or whatever. And I'm like, I'm gonna be honest, this is a job.
Yeah.
Now you gonna pick up some game. I did go to ET. I remember, and I'm gonna pull. It'll be nice in this video if we could pull that clip. I went up to you in one of them cities, and I said, you don't know this yet, but you're gonna be my mentor. I'm gonna go back and find that exact timestamp.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that you really can have whatever it is that you believe.
Yeah.
So for years, when I'm getting mentors, not just Neo do this, Neo do this, Neo do. It was a lot of me just watching what you did. So when people are getting jobs and doing certain things, it's not always just that they're going to tell you do this.
Right.
You better be watching.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forgot what they say. Some lessons are taught and then some are caught or something like that.
it.
I was catching them.
Oh, you was catching them.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, you was catching them.
Yeah, I was.
No.
I need you to tell me a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Let me show you what I mean by when I say he was catching it. Catching means that you're not just in it for you.
Yeah.
Now you got to be in it for you to some extent because you want to leverage the relationship like he did. But you have to understand that if you got to ask me, I don't really need you because now you're making me work. Yeah. So I had an employee, something happened the other day. I'm just keeping it 1,000. They hit me up and was like, this process, Jay, and what do you call it? It was like Living Advance because he's in LA, part of the company.
Got it, okay.
So they had hit me up and, they was
a
telling
living
me,
advance mean like somebody need rent or something.
Yeah. So they living in we moved them to a city.
Okay, got you.
And we got them working on our behalf in that city.
Got you, okay.
So we got to make sure that all this stuff is taken care of. So they was calling me like, we got to do this. I said, yo, please do me a favor. Don't get me involved in the process.
Yeah.
Don't get me involved. I said, look, I have no desire to go to a restaurant and cook my food. Yeah. I have no desire. Facts. I'm paying you.
That's a fact.
Why am I paying you and I got to come in the kitchen? Bruh, matter of fact, I don't even use the menu when I go to a restaurant. Yeah. What you want? Boom. Well, that ain't on the menu. Do they got those ingredients in the back? Yeah. I don't care how much it costs. Yeah, can you make me an egg sandwich, scrambled eggs? Y'all got eggs in the back? Well, it's the dinner menu. The dinner menu. The dinner. Bruh, I want an egg sandwich, bro. Right. What you tell me about the dinner menu? I want egg. I don't care what. It's 7 o'clock. I just finished the conference. I want rice and eggs. Yeah. Do you got rice in the back? Do you got eggs? Yeah. I'll pay the steak price. Yeah. But I don't want to cook my meal and eat my meal. Mm-hmm. So what Neo would do for me is, okay, we're going to stop E from having to deal with the stress of having do transportation when he come. Yep. He's not going to have to do transportation. Pictures. As soon as you and Didi get off, somebody right there wait. Not, we're going to be sitting here wait. And I remember one time he had one of his little shorties come and he was a little behind and Neo got in him. Like, bruh, you better have your butt at that Philly airport. You better beat Eric there. Then there would be times where it was like, yo, not only pick him up, we want to make sure Didi on that vegan tip. We want to make sure she got a meal in the car. Yep. Or we picking her up and we on our way to what's my man Johnson?
Jordan Johnson.
Johnson with the stir fry, the salmon, dirty rice. Like we ain't never had that before. Rice. You feel me? Then it was like, if you bringing a crew in that's VIP, we going there to eat. And he gonna have us right when we get there. Or it's skibibbles. We gonna get you. If you eat, you ain't never had the fish. You don't eat beef, but if you eat beef. But if you need fish, I can take you. They can fish you out. Whatever you need. So it was like transportation taken care of, food taken care of. Getting an opportunity to meet a couple people. When I was there, you know what I'm saying, hooking up with QDZ,
Yeah.
you know, when I was there. You know what I'm saying? Just taking me
Shout
to the
out to
spots.
Q.
You know what I'm saying? You and DD, oh, y'all love the red bus? Oh, I got y'all.
Yeah.
We gonna get you on the red bus. Okay, this the hotel you need to stay at. No, E, now you on this level, E. You can't stay on this side of town. You can't do that, E. E, you got to do that. Same thing with Q. So these would be my two, you know, Philly connect. So it's like anytime I was in Philly, there was nothing I needed to do in terms of that space. Yeah. It was nothing I needed to do. And so it wasn't E, what you need. It was like E observing and saying, E, you coming to Philly quite a bit. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's make sure you get that VIP treatment when you come from now on. So
it's funny. I do that now. Certain people come in, semi-driver, white glove treatment. They don't need to lift no bags. Like make sure they.
Oh, I wasn't lifting bags. And I lift bags. And did he lift bags?
Yeah, no.
Hey, he was like, bro, we gonna make sure, you know, you don't do nothing. Yeah. So Neo watched, and then what did that do? Well, we trust him. And then once we trust him, what does that mean? That means more access. Yeah. And then what does that mean? That means unlimited access. So now you ain't even got to go through us to get to the people that we know because.
Hey, thank you so much for tuning in this episode. I hope you're getting extreme amount of value. I want you to go ahead and comment below. Share with me your biggest takeaway. In addition to that, my number one goal is for me to be able to grow all of my social platforms so I can give you info, insight, strategy, and gain from every platform there is. So take a minute to follow me on Instagram at Neo Davis. So same exact name on Twitter, same exact name on TikTok, and follow me on LinkedIn at Nehemiah Davis. I would love for you to be able to be tuned into my articles and everything that I drop relating to helping you get to that next level in your life. Tune in.
Because we trust you at this point. So it's just like, oh, who you need to know, what you need to do. And then boom, from there, he ain't need us no more. He flying, doing his thing. And now we coming back saying, hey, we need this or we need that or can we get that? So it's been a blessing, man. I learned so much from y'all, man.
No, I'm just grateful. It's mutual. I remember you used to always talk about it was mutual. It's like three relationships.
Mutualism and parasitism.
That parasitism. That ain't the one. My God.
That commensalism ain't the one because it make it look like it's the one, but it ain't the one. If it ain't a mutual relationship, it's not going to survive, bro.
It needs to be mutual. I be telling people that mutual thing. So
not equal giving, but equal sacrifice.
Yeah, I like that.
Because some people thinking I can't give what they. It's not equal. It ain't
about giving.
Right? He wasn't. It wasn't.
I didn't have no money
giving,
to give like that.
But it was definitely equal sacrifice. Yeah. I promise you, the level of sacrifice was the exact same. When we would come to town, he was stopping everything he was doing, even events. Like he was doing event planning. A couple of our events we actually did in his facility. We actually used his facility to do the event. So it was it was going down, y'all. And it's still and hey, I'm most grateful that the relationships are still going. Like it ain't no bitterness. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no negative competition. And I say that because there are those
you can't
of you
compete.
There are those of you that are like, y'all into that. When you do what you do and you do it at a high level, there is no competition. But I will tell you this. There is you seeing the excellence and you being challenged. Don't get it confused. These boys got me on my heels. Like these boys got me like, E, you need to do this. You weren't thinking about doing this. You need to do that. E, you weren't doing that. E, you need to do this. E, you need to do this. There's some things that I wasn't doing that I've watched them and it's challenged me to say, E, you can do it. You need to knock it out. And then they're saying, how can we help you? Front end, back end. How can we help you to facilitate that? But don't get it twisted. I'm on the squad watching them do their thing at a high level. So when we talk competition, man, you want to be in the room with the greats because if they really great, bro, they gonna push you to greatness, bro. And it is what it is.
Hey, somebody said exposure equals expansion.
I like that.
When I used to hear about 30K, 50K speaking, I'm like, I could do that one day.
No question.
What get me sometimes, people, I'm going to be better than you. They used to say that. I'm like, yo, you trying to compete with somebody been doing this. I would never fix my face to say I'll become a better speaker.
And you might, but I wouldn't make that the focus.
But
because I can't be Neo. I can't never do it like the way you do it because I'm not Neo.
Right.
But the way you do it inspires me though.
Right.
Like you don't do what I do But even when you do what I do on stage, just what you do in the information and how you giving the information, and I'm watching your, whether it be Instagram or Facebook, and you got the image in the back, and you're breaking it down, the stats, and it's showing people, and I'm gonna get this away, and then you go, and then we took, bro, when y'all went in the grocery store and shut that joker down and pay for everybody. Yo, I'm looking. I'm like, yep, Super Bowl. Yep, I'm taking a group of kids to Dubai. I'm not trying to do what y'all doing, but I'm doing it.
I'm donating to that.
Oh,
Let
man,
me know
I
when y'all.
appreciate that.
Yeah, that's done.
Yeah. Hey, I'm watching them in the grocery store shut it down.
I'm donating to that
I'm
Dubai
like,
thing.
I'm not necessarily in the grocery store, but we going to Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We going to Dubai.
Powerful.
And man,
we all going to do Dubai.
So the kids just came back.
Wow.
We took them the day after Thanksgiving they went because they was on break. And they went for 8 days, and they came back from Dubai.
I know their mind is like,
bro, when you hear the stuff
go to
they
Dubai,
say,
bro.
And look, for these kids, they never been anywhere. Some of the kids, Detroit, Chicago, Battle Creek, they had never been outside of their city.
Wow.
So the first trip was international to Dubai. One kid said, bro, I didn't hear one ambulance.
Oh, no.
No police siren.
Nope.
He said, I didn't hear none of that.
Yeah,
he said, bro,
no
this is the
dirt
first
on the
time in my
ground.
life I got sleep.
Wow.
He's like, bro, I didn't hear nothing.
Right.
He said, bro, we got off the plane, the cars that we look on magazines. He said, bro, they was picking us up. The cab drivers was in S550s and Bugattis, you know, in the G-Wagon.
Yeah.
He was like, bro, it's all over. He said, what I learned was in Chicago, many of us are barely surviving. They're over here thriving. And so just to give a 16-year-old that experience, a 17-year-old, but I see what y'all doing out here in Atlanta in these streets. And so it's like, hey, I'm going to do that in my own version, in my own rights.
Which is powerful.
And even connecting with Inky and Jeremy. Was like watching you guys all come together and seeing what you got. Powerful. So I was like, E, what's your circle of CEO? I'm like, oh, Jeremy. He in the, Ink. Oh, let's.
That's a dynamic, the triple play right there.
But we saw y'all and the moves y'all was making, and it was like, yo, E, we need to do that. Then of course you see Earn Your Leisure, Troy, you see Sean. And I'm like, bro, you seeing what they doing. You see people out here killing
stronger
the game.
together.
Man, bro.
I was listening to
effectively together, not just coming together, just becoming together.
I think at your conference the other day, your host, if I'm not mistaken, he talked about 2 horses. So one horse could pull, he said 10,000 pounds. CJ said it. So a horse could pull 10,000 pounds. Another horse by itself could pull 10,000 pounds. But you put them together, he said they could do 30 or 25,000 pounds.
30,000 pounds
30 together, which is 10,000 more. It's effective, but you can't have no ego in that though.
No.
Yeah, you got to be willing to.
No, you got to let everybody be in their season. And you in your season, and even to be able to say, Jeremy was like, "Yo, eat fire conference. What you love most about it?" I was like, "That I ain't have to do nothing."
Right. Yeah.
Like, bro, I had to give no mental or emotional energy to it. I just did like when you got 40, let's go. You got Q&A. It's a panel. I didn't have to do anything, and man, so it was just so phenomenal coming together. The mental and emotional just place that I was in, that immediately when we left, I was just able to go with Didi and we went to the Cheesecake Factory and chilled out. I didn't have to detox. You feel me? So when you're with a group, it's not only what you can do together, it's what you don't have to do anymore. Which is powerful.
Like me and Shan's got partnership stuff. He do what he do. I do what I do. It don't even feel like work because you're doing what you're doing. Let me ask you, because this is the relationship piece. I think this is important. Married how many years now?
33 years.
33.
33 years.
You figured that out.
I figured it out.
Man.
I figured it out.
But you still in love like like you were 18 or something.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like we were just in the car, yo, I got to get back. Got to take wifey here before we go here. But you said the other day, I'm doing a workshop. I'm working, she's shopping.
You feel me?
What's some keys to longevity in a relationship?
You said it, man. Let the ego go. You know, at the end of the day, I believe that term help meet. I really believe that help meet.
Help me or meet?
Meet, where the Bible says she's your help meet.
Help me, okay, got it. Okay.
But it's help me though.
Got it, okay.
And she's there to help me and I'm there to help her. And I think early in the relationship, I was on what can you do for me? Like, yo, I got married because I loved you. I got married because we going to the movies together. you know, you make me feel good.
Yep.
You feel me? Like it was certain thing. And then she got with me because it was like, yo, I got a boyfriend, you know, he taking me out, buying me stuff. But then I got to a point where I was like them two horses. I was like, yo, we got to come together because I was doing my thing as a horse. She doing her thing as a horse. I'm trying to speak. She trying to be a nurse. And honestly, when Jalen was born, that was the first time it was like, yo, this is like we produce something together and we need to continue to produce something together. And not just kids, but what's our legacy? What is Didi and Eric coming together gonna produce? You feel me? Not a marriage, but what is our union? What is it gonna do for the world? Like us being together, is it gonna help other marriages? Are we gonna pay for other people? Like we paid off our mortgage. Now we like, how can we help other people pay off that? We work for the Super Bowl and been to the Super Bowl. Now how can we take other kids? We've been to Dubai. My own kids ain't been to Dubai yet. Yeah. It was like, what can we do? And so Didi and I, with our children, what are our children gonna produce? What are we gonna leave behind? Is it gonna be how to be a better speaker, a better entrepreneur, marriage? Bro, me, CJ, and the squad, and I'll never talk about this, but we built a spiritual edifice for the Lord, bro. Like we built a place where people can come. We built technology where people can come and learn about their spirit, like develop spiritually. I look at what you guys are doing, and I'm like, yo, they already got this down pat, this down pat. You don't need to come and do what they doing. But as I looked at the gap, I'm like, the gap is I can do the spiritual development piece for this family and make sure that while y'all out here killing the game, I'm praying, covering y'all and making sure.
And we got to get on that too.
Yeah, not
like
just y'all, but your wife, your babies, like making sure I cover everybody. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So Didi and I, like, what is our marriage going to produce? What part of the world are we going to bless with the two of us coming together? And once we got on that, when Jalen was born, and as we grow, you know, of course, we get more unselfish, getting more focused, getting whatever. But, bruh, and then at the end of the day, you and I both know this. Man, I love stuff. But stuff don't do you like people do you. Yeah. And again, you need stuff. Yep. Like, there's a lot of blacks in slavery, a lot of people of color in slavery. There's a lot of people in slavery, meaning debt, meaning your credit screwed up, meaning, bro, when I went and got Didi, you know, the Rolls Royce, you know, the biggest part to me that was like dope was that I was able to go into the bank. And first of all, they know me in the bank. Yep. The bank knows that I'm a blessing to them. Yeah. I know what they're doing with my money. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I know what's going on. Yeah. And they were like, Mr. Thomas, show us, you know, a form of ID because they need to see that. But you could go home and we could take care of this process. But bro, I'm at the crib and they wiring stuff and doing stuff. And so for my bro, do you understand what it means for my son and my daughter to see their father buy their mom a Rolls Royce? Yeah. And to know that their daddy got the credit, the cash, that I'm making the type of moves. You understand that my daughter is seeing what she should be looking. Oh yeah. My son is looking at.
She got a first-hand view of how it got to be treated.
Look like my son is seeing what he's supposed to be doing. Yeah. The person he's supposed to be. You know, so to your point, man, you know, nothing about me and Didi is perfect, but everything about me and Didi is progressive. You know what I'm saying? We ain't perfect, bro, but progressing. I tell people all the time, you better take a picture of that Eric you talking about, because he's not going to be alive 6 months from now. You hear him now? So whatever, Eric did that. You better take a picture of it. Yeah. You better record it. You better get it on tape, because history will be the only reason why you remember it.
So you better keep progressing.
I'm going to keep getting better, so you better take a picture, because ain't nobody going, you know what I'm saying? Like, only God going, matter of fact, so you got to take a picture of it, because I'm going to keep getting better. Yep. I'm going to keep improving. The one thing you're not going to say about me is, oh man, I heard that speech 4 years ago. Yep. No, you came to the conference the other day, you about to get something you ain't never heard before, because I'm constantly progressing. So with Didi, man, it's like, ain't nothing better than a relationship. And here's what I realize about relationships. Relationships aren't bad. People aren't progressing, and so they destroy relationships. But as long as Neo is growing and I'm growing, as long as you're developing as a human and I'm developing as a human, we will always be mutually beneficial for each other. Yeah. And at the end of the day, we're doing a podcast because people care more about humans than they care about stuff. And stuff is important. But if I can't go home and share it with nobody, and I don't have a team that we can do this thing together, and I can't travel with, we can't go out to eat, if we can't pray together, worship together, celebrate together, we don't have nothing. Yeah. You know, so at the end of the day, bro, if you don't have relationships, I am confident that if anything ever happened to me, I know how I can pick up that phone and go, man, Neo, bro, I done ran into some. Yeah. That means more than anything, knowing that I done ran into some rough times, bro. Yeah. I need it. Matter of fact, I haven't even had to say it. Alex be like, E, anytime you come, get which car? I was like, all right, I want to get with the limo driver to go with it. Yeah. E, we got dinner. Yeah. The chef is cooking. You and Didi can come over if y'all want us to bring. And so I'm already at the place of an OG where it's like I got people, but the greatest thing is not the money I make or the speeches I put out, but the people behind those speeches that I've established relationships with. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you touch millions of lives out here. Like I don't think I don't know if you ever said, I know you wanted to be the speaker, but I don't know if you was like, yo, I want to touch millions and millions of lives out here.
Never thought I would do it.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for just coming on here, just sharing the game. I appreciate it.
I'm about to be more relevant.
Hey, whatever, man. I appreciate you getting on the platform. Listen, I'm gonna say it one more time, y'all. Go grab this UOU. Go get everything in E's catalog, man, because he's responsible for changing millions and millions of lives. And it's not just, you got to think about what he's doing for the next generation and next generation and next generation, y'all. These are the type books that will literally help impact and change their mind. We said it earlier, exposure equals expansion. Yeah. And I feel like when people start getting access to the right information, everything could change.
Absolutely.
So, thank you. You could send us out with a word of encouragement or something like that.
UOU. That's it. You owe you. Your mama don't owe you. She brought you here. Your daddy don't owe you. He brought you here. Don't nobody owe you. God don't owe you. He already gave you every gift before you even came here. He gave you every gift you need. The bank don't owe you. Nobody owes you. You owe you. So do yourself a favor. It's time to cash that check. You owe you. Write yourself that check and go take that check to the bank and make the rest of your life the best of your life.
Let's go, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the next video.